Greetings, fellow shaders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the daily market wrap for Monday, February 3rd, 2020. I hope everybody had a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. All right, let's take a moment here and look at the see where we're at with the market. So SPX on the weekly chart, right? So we had a momentum shooting star on Friday, which closed the weekly candle here, but it was also right into some support, right? So we saw a natural bounce off of that today. Of course, that happened, through all the futures levels, right, which gave us a gap up into the weekly candle, right, which is their daily candle right here, same thing. So we have an inside day today, which happened to close right at the trend box low, the prior trend box low, right? So we didn't close, super bearishly below. It was a nasty candle that day, but we just closed below with a lower shadow right at the 50-day moving average, right? So right now we're in this kind of context right now of potential change in composure. So if you guys are tuning in this week, definitely, if you can, check out last night's video. This week we're going to be talking about different, ways that we can evaluate changes in composure in the market. And so that's what we've been seeing here since this big gap down. And so right now we're just really, the market's just trying to sort itself out in this trend box right now. So if, again, we closed, obviously a decent day today up 23 points, but a lot of key levels are coming up here, right? With the 50-day moving average, with the cloud right here, right? So we really need to continue to pay attention, especially an inside day within this cloud is going to be interesting, right? If we break to the upside, we might give a nice push, right? Fill the closing gap up here and then possibly get to all-time highs and shift these trend lines up. Otherwise, if we break down, right, we might come down and retest these levels. If we close bearishly below these levels, we could see ourselves, working the chart lower. So we definitely have to, kind of take concern of that. Let's take a look at the price action today. So one of the things that we had here with SPX is a really nice candle at the open, right? Nice 15-hour breakout for a 3-candle move up, right? All the way from, 32.50 to 32.68. So nice 18-point move right there. And we closed right at the 15-hour highs today. So we'll see where that leads us into tomorrow. Some big moves today, right? Tesla, of course, just a huge move. If you go to the daily chart, why would it make sense to go long over the weekend? Well, it was the only one of the only stocks that was actually green on Friday, right? When the rest of the market was just horribly red, right? So, and plus it's Tesla. So it got nice pre-market moves and then just nonstop. Anytime anybody tries to short, they just get squeezed out of it, right? So a big move up there on Tesla. And very, very similarly with Zoom. Zoom was one of the only candles that closed green on Friday, and that had some nice follow through today too. So this was we wrote about this. Of course, we write about Tesla in the newsletter. But we also put Zoom as a long idea in the newsletter too this week. So that was a nice move as well. Big volume today. Closed over some major levels today, so that's good, right? We'll see if that gets any strength, to follow through. A little bit of an upper shadow here, so see if it takes out these highs tomorrow for another push up. So, but Zoom is definitely showing itself as trying to break out right here. So very, very strong move on Zoom and one that should be on the radar. It was also on our game plan for today too. So if you guys got to see that, so. SQ has been pretty strong too. It had a nice little pennant, bull flag breakout today. Nice close today on SQ, right? As it fills the gap finally here. We have this gap here still, the lows 80. So we need to close over 80 is really kind of the key level right there. That was the inside day I was talking about here. But yep, open gap there at 80. So if we close above that, could start to get interesting. It does have earnings coming up pretty soon too. So nice little kind of cup forming right here on the SQ. And then other than that, we have Costco. Nasty candle today, right? Costco is typically very, very bullish, but it had a really nasty pullback today. It comes ex-dividend tomorrow. It's got a little bit of a spike after hours, but that's pulled back already. So so keep an eye on Costco. Might want to come back and test the 50-day moving average, possibly the cloud after that. And then, of course, we have Google with earnings tonight. So that's going to affect things a little bit, right? So it's definitely going to affect, tech and, some communications type stocks, internet type companies. So, decent moves up here at 1500, and let's see how it's doing here. Kind of a pullback right here, but testing some levels. So let's see how they handle their conference call and where we open tomorrow. So it could be on the 15 orb list for tomorrow as well. So that's all, guys. I hope to see you guys tonight on the free YouTube live stream on the Bubblehead channel. And we'll be continuing to talk about changes of composure, so I hope you can join in. And we'll see you then. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. I'll talk to you soon.